Ha! It's Monday. Game 2 of the NBA Finals is done. It's over. But there will be no sweet. As it turns out, Big Perk, Uncle Perk, Stand-Up Perk, whatever you want to call him, looks like a prophet on this particular Monday morning. And I understand he's probably feeling himself. But as you can see, he's got J.J. Redick on his left. He's got his boy Stephen A. on the right. Whatever humility he needs this morning, we will make sure to institute. By the way, you see the dichotomy that exists, ladies and gentlemen. Big Perk's got the big beard, Top Gun, not necessarily clean shaving, but there's a clear distinction. It's what we do here on First Take. It's time. That's right.
Throws it down, and the foul. Nikola Jokic, a scoring machine here in the third quarter. The Denver Avalanche.
We've faced tough times this year, and so we've learned how to handle setbacks and then just getting to work.
10 straight points by the Heat. And Miami, their first lead since early in the second quarter. Duncan Robinson drives and finishes. Tremendous response. Miami's overcome a 15-point deficit. Back out to Murray. His three-pointer. Three-point game, 4 seconds. Murray, step back, three-pointer, won't go, and it's over. The Miami Heat have tied the NBA Finals. What a comeback here on the road for the Heat.
Good day. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into First Take. Thank you for being with us. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins, J.J. Redick. I'm Molly Karam. Gentlemen, good morning. How we doing?
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Molly, very nice dress you have on today.
Thank you.
I do have a question though. Why is J.J. Redick looking like he's 5 feet tall? Why is he so short compared to you?
Look at me.
I mean, could you raise the seat up? Could you raise it up?
I said to him, why do I look like I played in the NBA?
Stephen A., it's the chair. Yeah. Normally, my quads are like barely sneaking in underneath this table.
Beefy quads.
I've got a good 4 inches. Right. I've got a good 4 inches of space right now. It's the chair.
Well, I want to applaud you. Because you didn't scream at the chair at the TV like Mad Dog did when his chair wasn't running. What's the matter with the chair? You didn't do that. So I will give you credit for your composure. You're getting great. You're getting great at television.
Stephen A., are you still in Denver? Are you still in Denver?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I don't
It's a
want to
nice
talk
suit,
about
though,
it.
Stephen A.
I'm
It's a fresh
still
fit.
here.
It's a new one.
All
right, let's get into it.
I'm on the way to Miami, but I'm not there yet.
Okay, you'll be there soon enough. Yes. Speaking of Miami, Big Perk, Miami wins Game 2, evens up the series. What's your first take on this Monday morning, Perk?
Well, Molly, if it wasn't for the love that I have for you, the producer, James, Dave Roberts, and Jimmy Furtado, y'all would be actually hearing from my lawyer. Because Stephen A. questioned my character with no evidence on Friday and called me a liar to the American people. I still have the Heat winning this series. And I came on here on Friday, and I was trying to tell and educate J.J. Redick and Stephen A. about why I was picking the Heat and why I had confidence in the Heat. And they were looking at me like I was crazy. But I told them about, hey, maybe Eric Spoelstra need to start Kevin Love. And what did Spo did? He started Kevin Love. And what did Kevin Love do on both ends of the floor? He brought that championship experience. I know y'all saw in the second half when he got switched on to Michael Porter Jr. and he was sliding those puppies on the isolation play and people were going crazy on the internet because they was like, how did Kevin Love just defend Michael Porter Jr. like he didn't do it in the finals when they came back down 3-1? And I also talked about how they were going to make adjustments on Jamal Murray. What did they do? They put Jimmy Butler on him. I talked about how Coach Spoelstra is the best coach of basketball. What did he also do? Did a great job of mixing up man and zone. His rotations were on point. He started the fourth quarter with Bam on the floor. The misdirection offense was so beautiful. Duncan Robinson, the way they were cutting, getting guys wide open shots. I said everything that was going to happen on Friday, and damn it, it did. You cannot underestimate this Heat team. They have trust that runs deep in that locker room. They have a sense of togetherness. They don't care who gets to shine. They stay within themselves. They trust each other on both ends of the floor. Now the series is tied 1-1, headed back to South Beach, and I still got the Heat winning this series.
Go ahead, JJ.
Well, I was just going to say, Perk, take your victory lap. You deserve it, buddy. Just remember,
take it.
Just remember, you've been wrong more than you've been right. I just want to acknowledge that.
No, that's not true.
But
That's
a
not
well-deserved,
true.
but a well-deserved victory lap. No, I'm serious. It's a well-deserved victory lap. Miami played awesome.
No.
By the way, I also brought up the Kevin Love thing, and we didn't look at you like you were crazy. We all acknowledge Miami's a great team, and like I said, I don't know how many games this series is going to go, but I know it's going to be competitive. I know the Miami Heat aren't going to lay down. And I still have Denver winning this series, but I do want to talk about the Heat for a second. And Perk touched on a bunch of this stuff, and he's spot on. They won the game for a number of reasons. That starting lineup change, plus 20 in 22 minutes. What that starting lineup change allowed was for Kevin Love to guard Aaron Gordon. If you remember at the beginning of Game 1, every time they switched, Aaron Gordon had a smaller player on him, and he just punished that. It also allowed Jimmy Butler to guard Jamal Murray full time. You had 35 matchups in the half court in Game 2. Jimmy Butler on Jamal Murray. There was just 4 in Game 1. His physicality, his disruptiveness, that mattered to the game. Three-point shooting. Miami shot really well. 49% from three, 17 threes. The zone in the fourth was, I think, the difference maker, along with that run to start the fourth quarter led by Duncan Robinson. But ultimately, this is why I still have the Nuggets. This is not the first time a team has tried to make Nikola Jokic a score. This is not the first time a team has been more physical with Jamal Murray and tried to disrupt their two-man action. For as well as the Nuggets have played at times, Perk, is that you moaning in my ear over and over again?
Yeah, I know. I was getting ready to ask you. You sound like you got sleep apnea,
Are you
Perk.
okay?
But you all right?
Are you okay?
Yeah, that's me. It's
Okay.
not.
All right.
It's not.
Are you
moaning.
intentionally?
It's
Are
not
you intentionally
moaning.
trying
It's
to?
being disgusted.
Oh
yes,
my
I am.
God. It's a gross
intentional.
noise, man. It's a gross noise.
Keep going. That's all right.
I'm
Well,
just
keep-
saying that's
keep
very
going. That's
disrespectful. You don't have to sound like you got sleep apnea on live television. You could disguise it a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
fine.
I mean, that's very disrespectful.
That's fine.
That's very disrespectful.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Hey, look, I came on here already knowing. I already knew that the peanut gallery was gonna be against Big Perk anyway. I came on here ready for the smoke. So that's fine. You and JJ could team up. I'm ready. I'm sitting right here. I'm not going nowhere. I came into this world one deep, and I'm gonna come on first.
All right, well, then let him finish. Just let him finish that. Just let it. You the one with one foot in the grave and another foot on a banana peel. So let him finish.
So
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The last thing I want to say, Michael Porter Jr., 3 for 17 so far in this series. He's got to shoot better. I expect him to shoot better. And Michael Malone has got to make some adjustments, and I expect he will. In the fourth quarters, both games, they really struggled against the zone. They're going to figure that out.
Well, first of all, let's get to the part about Kendrick Perkins feeling the gall to be disgusted. The person who should be disgusted is me. You the one that told me to make my arrangements to be in L.A. for the finals, but I'm stuck here in Denver, Colorado. Okay, so I'm the one that should be a little bit disgusted this morning, Kendrick Perkins, not you. That's number one. Number two, I did say, even though you deserve credit, because I did look at you like something was wrong with you when you was talking about Miami coming into Game 2, and you were right, we were wrong. Take your victory lap. You deserve it. We giving you your props, right? It's a rarity, but you deserve it, so you can have it. But let me remind you, when I talked about Miami's chances, what did I say? I said they were going to have to make 3-point shots, and I understand there's a whole bunch of other stuff that comes into it. Both of you, not me, both of you brought up the, inserting Kevin Love and making him more of a focal point of this series. You was absolutely right. That was a great move on the part of Eric Spoelstra that cannot be denied. But I also pointed out, you got to be able to make threes, because the reality of the situation is you're not going to do but so much on the interior against the Denver Nuggets if you are the Miami Heat. You've got to open things up by being able to make those perimeter shots. We saw Gabe Vincent make 4 threes. We saw Max Strus come out firing. He ended up making 4 threes. Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, they all hit at least a couple of threes. They shot 48.6% from 3-point range. What has been Miami's formula throughout these playoffs? even though they was the least efficient offensive team in the regular season, in the postseason, they were the most prolific. Why? Because of the three-point shot. They go up against Boston. Boston's beating them in second chance points, fast break points, all of this other stuff, but not the three-point shot. That's what enabled them to be victorious against Boston in a 7-game series. And I'm of the mindset that in order for them to win this series, they're going to have to hit threes. All of those other things y'all say are right on point. I'm not refuting anything that you're saying. But to me, it starts and ends with their ability to hit those threes. If they don't do it, they're not going to win this series. If they do it, they've got a very good chance of winning this series, period.
Okay, well, let me address both of y'all at the same time. I'm going to start off with you, Stephen A. We've been having this same conversation about Miami making shots since the playoffs started. They actually got shooters. They can make shots. You talked about Gabe Vincent in round 1, talking about he looking like Klay Thompson. Damn it, he actually could shoot the damn three. We know what Duncan Robinson is capable